The Mask of Deception, Psychological Camouflage, Machiavelli. They say the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. But let me tell you a little secret. The greatest trick you will ever pull is learning how to exist in the world without being fully seen. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not here to turn you into some Hollywood supervillain, or am I? No, this is about something far more fascinating. The art of psychological camouflage. The ability to control perception, to wear the right mask at the right time, to manipulate without ever lying, and to be underestimated when it serves you best. Because everyone sees what you appear to be, but very few will ever know what you truly are. Thank you, Machiavelli. Think about it. How do spies infiltrate enemy ranks? How do CEOs outmaneuver competitors? How did your ex manage to look innocent while clearly being the villain in your life's movie? The answer? Mastering the mask. Welcome to a crash course in deception, one designed not just for espionage, but for surviving the corporate battlefield, the social jungle, and those awkward family reunions where you must pretend to like Aunt Susan's terrible casserole. By the time we're done here, you'll know how to disguise your intentions so no one sees your next move, control emotions like a poker-faced assassin, shape how people perceive you, whether you want to be admired, feared, or underestimated. And don't worry, I promise this will be 100% legal, probably. So sit tight, grab your favorite drink, and let's step into the shadows. Chapter 1. The Art of Psychological Camouflage. Let's play a game. Imagine you're at a high-stakes poker table. The room is silent except for the occasional rustling of chips. Your opponent across the table. Cool, collected, unreadable. You look at them. They look at you. Now here's the question. Do you know what they're thinking? The truth? You don't. And that, my friend, is psychological camouflage in action. The art of hiding your true self in plain sight. Think of it like a chameleon. Not the cute little guy basking in the sun, but the predator, lurking, shifting colors, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It's about blending in until the moment is right. Rule number 1, master the social mask. Now, before you get any ideas, no, I'm not telling you to go full Joker and start collecting different faces. This isn't a Marvel villain origin story, but let's get real. Everyone wears a mask. At work, you put on the competent professional mask. On a date, you're the charming, slightly mysterious version of yourself. At home, probably just a gremlin in sweatpants. See, society demands masks. If you walked around spilling your unfiltered thoughts 24/7, you'd either be fired, arrested, or single. Maybe all three. But here's the twist. Most people aren't aware they're doing it. The difference between the average person and the master of deception? Control. You decide which mask to wear, when to wear it, and most importantly, when to take it off. Exercise. Next time you enter a room, observe yourself like an outsider. Ask, what mask am I wearing right now? Am I in control of this mask? Or is it controlling me? What mask is everyone else wearing? Once you see the game for what it is, you can start playing to win. Chapter 2. The Poker Face. Weaponizing Emotional Control. Cut to a dimly lit interrogation room. A suspect sits across from a detective. The camera zooms in. Sweat forms on the suspect's brow. The detective leans in. I know you're lying. The suspect twitches. Bingo. Boom. That's the moment they lost. And it's the same moment most people lose every single day. Your face is a traitor. Your emotions? Snitches. Let me prove it. If I say, don't smile. What do you want to do? Smile, right? I see you. That's because emotions are reactive. The world pushes, and you respond. But masters of deception, they don't react. They control. Enter the poker face. This isn't just about looking stone cold like a mob boss in a crime thriller. It's about neutralizing emotional leaks. No unnecessary micro-expressions. Weaponizing silence. People fill in the blanks. Use that. Mastering controlled responses. No knee-jerk reactions. Tactic. The pause and tilt. When someone says something unexpected, don't flinch. Instead, pause. Slight head tilt. Let them wonder. This unsettles them and gives you time to control the narrative. Used correctly, you control every conversation without saying a word. Chapter 3. The power of being underestimated. Here's something funny about the world. People love to judge a book by its cover. And most of the time, they judge wrong. Tactic, the gray man's strategy. Want to win without resistance? Blend in. Be harmless. Let people assume you're nothing special until it's too late. History's greatest minds, many of them were overlooked until they weren't. Einstein, labeled a daydreamer in school. Jobs, just a kid tinkering with computers. The Trojan horse, just an innocent wooden gift. See the pattern? Appear weak when you are strong. Exercise. In your next meeting, downplay your strengths. Let others reveal their hands first. In social settings, listen more than you speak. Gather intel. When the time comes, strike hard, strike smart, and leave no trace. Chapter 4. The final lesson, playing the long game. At this point, you're no longer just watching a YouTube video. You're beginning to see the game behind the game. The final lesson? Control is an illusion until you create it. Remember, not all masks are lies. Sometimes they reveal more than they hide. A poker face isn't about emotionless detachment. It's about emotional precision. Being underestimated is a weapon. Just make sure you're the one holding it. So what's next? Simple. Go out into the world and experiment. Start small. Try on a new mask. Play with silence. Observe without reacting. Because once you master the mask of deception, you'll never see the world the same way again. Chapter 5. The Machiavellian Insight. Breaking down the mastermind mindset. Niccolo Machiavelli, the OG strategist, the godfather of political manipulation, the man who wrote the playbook on power. His most chilling insight? Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few really know what you are. Let that sink in. People don't see you. They see the version of you that you allow them to see. And if that's the case, why not be intentional about it? How this applies to intelligence operations. Ever heard of the Moscow rules? The unwritten commandments of espionage? One of the core principles: look like nothing, act like nobody, blend into everything. It's the ultimate poker face, where the stakes aren't chips, but national security. Spy agencies don't recruit people who stand out. They want the guy you'd never look at twice in a crowd. They want the woman who smiles politely, but remembers every detail about you. They want chameleons. Machiavellian tactics in intelligence. False personas. Assume an identity that fits the target's expectations. Controlled vulnerability. Sometimes appearing weak makes others let their guard down. Information asymmetry. The less they know about you, the more you control the game. Think of a deep cover operative. They don't just wear a mask, they become the mask. How this applies in business. The CEO as a strategist. Cut to a high-rise boardroom. A CEO sits at the head of the table, silent as executives argue. He listens. Then he speaks. The room goes silent. The best business leaders aren't just managers. They're tacticians. They know when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to let others think they're in control. Machiavellian business tactics. Perception, engineering. Create an image that serves your interests. Apple didn't just sell products, they sold a revolution. Strategic underestimation. Let competitors think you're weak until it's too late. Remember Netflix versus Blockbuster? Controlled transparency. Give away just enough information to earn trust, but never your full strategy. Case study: Warren Buffett. Buffett comes across as the folksy old man who loves Coca-Cola. But behind that disarming smile, one of the shrewdest financial minds on earth. His strategy? Let the world see what they want to see. How this applies to everyday life, social power, and influence. You don't need to be a CEO or a spy to use this. Every interaction, job interviews, dating, friendships, is a social chess game. Machiavellian everyday tactics. Master social adaptability. Be different things to different people. Your boss doesn't need to know your party habits. Know when to speak and when to stay silent. People who talk too much reveal everything. Project selective weakness. Play dumb when needed. Let others overestimate themselves. Exercise. Next time you meet someone new, observe before speaking. Let them reveal their hand first. Notice how they frame themselves, their body language, their subtle manipulations. Because once you see the game for what it is, You stop being a pawn, you become the player.